Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to JEDIOSHI. It's Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. And today I have a brief market update for you. Wanted to show you some correlation with equities markets that we talked about in the Telegram. But hey, it's another day here, so let's dig in. It's another red day, market's under pressure, and we're just watching this correction unfold. And this is day 69 of a big correction down from the all-time high of 69K. And we're trying to figure out how this is going to resolve and what's going to happen and when can we get on with our lives and when can we get on with business. So a couple things I'm looking at that I want to show you. One is this daily pivot level of the candle bodies here at around right where we are, about a 41.5. And the other thing is that as I look at these corrections, and as you look at these, like look at this area right here. This is reminding me of a couple things. One is how corrections kind of end, and see how they kind of do this final bleed off before a bounce. This final bleed off before a bounce. We'll see if that's kind of, it just looks like that to me. So we'll see if that happens, or we talked a little bit on the live stream last week about my idea of kind of the bigger picture here, but let's rehash it. As we look at this, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm going to be watching pretty close, but if we can get a bounce, maybe to the 618 of this range, it would match the summer fractal, and then perhaps we need to come down here for a longer period of time, and then here is where do we come out and start our finally start our retracement, or does this have to correct further? Anything can happen. No one knows. No one has a crystal ball, guys. We know that, and it's not the job of the trader to predict the market anyways. Does this just correct here and then finally retrace? That's another option too. So we'll see what happens, but I think alts will perform well here, and that's when I talked about getting defensive maybe at this level. If Bitcoin breaks down, I think alts will also do well here if we drop and then go up. I think alts are going to do well when Bitcoin is healthy and recovers and starts moving up again. So until that happens, unfortunately, it's either sideways at best with maybe a little bit of green day, but we really need to see, this trend reverse. And, some people hate diagonal lines, but there we go. We need to see this. Is that, I just drew that, but look, come up, test the top side of that, and then have a retracement. And so we'll see that. On the comparison, what I was looking at with equities, you'll see the futures market. Okay, this is what I'm watching over here in the futures market. This is ES. It's the E-mini future for the S&P 500. And tradable both ways. So higher high on lower RSI. We've been in this range, but now we are kissing the bottom of this line. And so, we'll see how this plays out. But hopefully for all of us, we get a bounce and maybe we finally get out of our way with a blow off top. The macro environment's a little tough right now. I know that the interest rate issue is out there with Fed raising rates, or they say they're going to raise next year. So not sure what might be a catalyst for that, but a lot of times when you're doing TA anyways, the TA covers everything, and it leads normally news and events. So we'll see what happens here, but that's one level I'm watching. I showed you on Bitcoin, like that daily pivot level, and then on here on the equities I'm watching this line, and then I'm looking for a spring back. And on these, this is delayed data, but on this, I want to see this, especially on the 1 hour, I want to see strength here come out, especially in the RSI. to give us a balance in price. So that's what's going on. I think, what I've seen is that markets are very strongly correlated, not necessarily one-to-one, but I want to show you in this overlay chart. So Bitcoin is in red, and it's on its own scale over here, and the S&P 500 market, or ES for futures, is in blue. So what you'll see is that the correlation to, like, take this point for example, from this low to this low, it moved up together, it moved down, it corrected, Bitcoin finally had its correction, and it started moving up. If you do this comparison chart, what you'll see is that you get these periods where they move. I can draw that. They move up together, they move down together, they move up together, they move, and then Bitcoin has separated. Just like it, well, the S&P did correct briefly back in May, but Bitcoin, as we know, went into a deep correction in the summer while the S&P went up. So what I want to show you is when you look into this, what you'll see is that basically what it looks like to me is that Bitcoin goes up only when the S&P or the equities market are going up, and just because the S&P is going up does not mean that Bitcoin has to go up. So we need the conditions for Bitcoin and crypto to move up is, I believe, that we need money to be flowing into all markets, including the equities market. And so, and only then can Bitcoin have the opportunity to move up. But just because the equities are moving up does not mean money is flowing into Bitcoin. So it's more of a gate to capital inflow than anything. But you'll see, if you just look at this chart, you have down, down. This is a little bounce, up, down. This was down, get down, back here, up off the bottom, up off the bottom. That was our fake out. And see what I mean about, Bitcoin or equities are about flat, but Bitcoin sold off. So even through this time period, even till there. So Bitcoin didn't necessarily stay flat here. So, we really want equities to do well for us too, so that I believe that all markets can move forward. And if we get a big correction in the equities market, that may give us signs to what might happen in crypto as well. As I just painted the the potential pathway on Bitcoin's correction. So if again, we'll have to see, but if we can get, if we can get a little bit of relief here, and this comes up here, and then Bitcoin starts breaking down, in my opinion, because this is akin to the summer fractal, or it at least comes down here to this level, and does it go down? Do we need to go down to 30 before a bigger retracement, or can we bounce here and get a retracement? Both of these paths, in my opinion, need to drop first from here, but we'll have to see. And we all have to manage our business, so we all have to make our own decisions. So that's that. It's kind of all I had for you today. Hope you're doing well. Live stream tomorrow, and like and share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter. Send me a DM if you want to be in the Telegram group with a group of traders and people aspiring to learn to be very successful traders. And have a great day. And until later, we'll catch you then.